Hey beauties. So today I really want to talk to you about just being aware of your surroundings and being aware of what's happening in the news and what's happening just in America and around the world because a lot of times we tend to think that the things that are happening do not have anything to do with us. Sometimes that's true. Sometimes there are what are called filler stories where they really don't have anything meaningful to do with our everyday lives. And then that we come across these stories such as like Casey Anthony trial, which was huge. If you're not familiar with it, please Google it. But as you know, she was acquitted for the murder of her child. And then we come across cases like the we come across issues like the one we have today, where Troy Davis is, he's been requesting a retrial. He's been requesting clemency. He's on death row for for the murder of a police officer that happened 20 years ago. And the crazy thing about it is, in this trial, 7 out of the 9 witnesses have recanted or taken back in their statements and basically said, you know what we said was not true. Um, you know, to me, and I think if you follow the story, or if you know a little bit about the story, or just if you know anything about justice, if 7 out of 9 witnesses have said, you know what, our story was not true, would that not raise a red flag? Like, this is really serious, because you have to consider that these people, there was obviously something going on behind that. And you have to consider that these people put this man in jail for 20 years of his life. Just think about if you were in this situation, if you were just at the wrong place at the wrong time, and your name or your description came up, and you had 7 out of 9 people just lying against you, and you were put on death row. And those 7 out of 9 people came forward and said, you know what, our story was not true. We didn't tell the truth. Would you not want a retrial? I mean, that amazes me that it even went down like that. Like, how in the world can 7 out of 9 just say that their story isn't true? And then you have to consider too, listen to, because a lot of our presidential candidates have been asked about, about the Troy Davis case, and about what's, the things that are going on in this case, and they're for the death penalty. These are people that are running for president. I mean, just this is why it's so important, why I'm stressing to know what's happening in the news. Like, I don't watch the news every day, but I do listen to what's happening around me. And that's the thing. You can't overwhelm yourself with the news, because for me, the news is depressing. A lot of the stuff that they show on the news is just violence, and it's really negative. In this situation, this is something that you want. I mean, you want to know what's happening around you anyways, but this particular situation, since it has reached a national audience, that's that should raise a lot of flags, because if there's clearly something wrong with this case, and they're putting this man was supposed to be executed by lethal injection tonight at 7 p.m., I believe, Eastern Standard Time. Um, it has been delayed because they're waiting on a Supreme Court ruling, and I'm not sure what the ruling is yet, but I'm sure by the time this video is posted, there will be a ruling, and it will be posted on my blog, um, basically with the outcome. And if you guys want to talk about it, or just get more knowledge about it, definitely Google it. And if you want to start a conversation about it, please feel free to. Everybody is entitled to their opinions, but let's be respectful of each other's thoughts and ideas and opinions, okay? So I love you all.